All right. Boom. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Jesus, your host, George Mora. Yes, I know there's the lighting on this camera is just all entirely off, all right? Just bear with me, okay, guys, all right? Because we got some breaking news. We've got Ben Askern versus Jake Paul. Not only that, but we've got Ben Askren slapping Jake Paul. Maybe not a slap, but, you know, some confrontation issues going on there in between that fight, all right? It's getting juicy, all right? Maybe you don't know who Ben Askren is, the Bellator champion, an Olympian, all right? Maybe you don't know who Jake Paul is, some Disney child star from Disney, all right? But anyways, you should be watching this fight, or at least why should you be watching this fight is what I'm going to try to explain it in this video. And we're going to get to the whole, why Ben Askren slapped Jake Paul in the video. So don't even stress it, all right? I've got everything written out and mapped out, so don't worry, all right? So pretty much, let me just start with who is Jake Paul, all right? Pretty much this childhood Disney star, right? Rise to fame on YouTube. If you don't know who he is, you should probably look him up, all right? But he's kind of like a little bully. He's a problem child. He's been living in the shadow of his brother, Logan Paul, all right? And now he's taking up boxing. The Paul brothers have taken up boxing. They're both trying to fight. And as we know, Jake Paul has literally cemented his boxing legacy with one viral knockout, all right? Here, I'm going to play it for you guys just in case you forgot, because I will never get this out of my mind forever. Hold up. All right, boom. Let's play it real quick. Oh, maybe I can make it bigger. No, I couldn't make it bigger. That was so fail. Oh, shit. Okay, cool. Let's just play it like that real quick. Oh, my God. That was sad, bro. That was sad, bro. Nate, oh my God. Nate Robinson, the basketball player, got knocked out by Jake Paul, all right? A YouTube star, all right? That was his, I think, third fight, but first knockout. So, anyways, Ben Askren and Jake Paul are fighting, right? They have a whole press conference. I think Jake Paul in the press conference really came off bullyish, childish, and immature, all right? He's trying to sell the fight. He's trying to promote himself. He's trying to grab all sources of entertainment right now, like via Conor McGregor.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Roll the clip. All right. Roll it. Well, anyways, Jake Paul, he's just trying to do anything to sell this fight, right? He's trying to sell this fight to you guys. So he kind of creates this persona, a persona that nobody really likes or wants to like. Kind of like Conor McGregor, because we live in this Conor McGregor era where now all sports you need to do trash talking, and he's just trying so hard it really comes off try hard and corny. All right, I'm gonna play one of those clips right now from the press conference. Let's go.
Maybe say your joke again, and we can all remember to laugh. Say it one more time. We can just all laugh afterwards, just so you feel good about yourself. Say it one more time for us. No.
You have another question?
Yeah.
Look at the cock on this guy.
Jake, Yo, bro, I can't, bro. It's cringy, dude. It's really cringy to watch. He's really just trying to make all these jokes. Here's another one. Hold up. Jake Paul shows Ben Askren the way he got knocked out. All right, it's very, very cringy.
So this clip doesn't bother you?
I've only seen it a million times. Doesn't bother me.
Doesn't bother you?
No.
Are you sure?
Sure.
Listen, it is cringy, but listen, they are trash talking, they're doing what they have to do to sell the fight, get eyes on it. I'm making this video around it, right? So it's got to be building up essentially, and it kind of is. And listen, I don't know who I think is going to win, right? Before I predicted, I'm like, when I saw Jake Paul knock out Nate Robinson, I was all over Jake Paul. I was like, listen, he has a lot more skill than I thought he did, all right? Now, why should you be listening to me? I'm just a guy on YouTube, observing and talking shit. And for the most part, I am. But I do practice mixed martial arts. I do have a blue belt in jiu-jitsu. I have a whole podcast where I bring on a bunch of MMA fighters, people that I spar with in the gym. Haven't done it in a little bit now because I'm doing all this. But I have experience in boxing. I've experience in getting punched in the face. And you don't know what that's like until you get punched in the face. And then you actually try to be good by training and then seeing how all those things apply, right? I'm just one of those kids who like literally grew up watching Conor McGregor and was like, yo, bro, like I got like, like I want to learn how to defend myself and talk some shit too. So I feel like Jake Paul's one of those people. So let's look at his skill set, all right? Because Jake Paul in this fight, I don't think like what's his real skill set? What do we know about Jake Paul's boxing besides the fact that he knocked somebody out? So we know he has good knockout power. We know he has good fundamentals of boxing. You know what I'm saying? We know he knows how to fight on the back foot because that's how he knocked out Nate Robinson. So, but does he have stamina? These are questions we need to ask ourselves. Does he have a chin? All right. Has this chin been tested time and time again? Can he go 5 rounds? Because we've only seen him go, I think, as far as 3 rounds, maybe. So these are all answers these are all questions we don't have the answers to. All right. And as fights go on, we're going to find out. As far as Ben Askern, who is a legitimate fighter, he does have a tested chin. He's literally fought against other MMA fighters in the ring, stand up. Mostly, like literally 99% of his career is wrestling. So that's what makes this perfect balance of boxing between a YouTube star and a UFC fighter. Because Ben Askren's hands are trash. I'm sorry, but they are absolute trash. I don't understand how they allow this man to go into the ring. Actually, let's look at Ben Askren's comeback to Jake Paul saying all this, all right? Because first off, when you're trying to fight somebody, they're trying to promote this whole, let me get into his head. Let me get into mentally, let me fuck with him, right? So let's just see what Ben Askren's got to say real quick. Hold up. I took a nice little clip from this press conference.
A lot of guys.
Who's better, you or him in boxing?
Me, hands down. That's why I'm 3-0, 3 KOs. He's 0-1-1.
Yeah.
He's talking about Logan Paul.
Did you ever whip your ass when you were the little brother? That was a question, Jake. You're supposed to respond.
I just don't care about your questions.
Okay. So I'll take that as he rubbed your face in the carpet on a weekly basis.
Yeah, sure, Ben.
Yo, you can see how cringy this whole press conference was just super, super cringy. Anyways, yo, listen, Joe Rogan also backs Jake Paul for just look at it. Just Joe Rogan backs Jake Paul's boxing, all right?
From Nate Robinson and this other YouTuber. Well, not just that. You can watch him hit the bag, watch him hit pads, you can watch him spar. He's got good timing. He's got very good hand speed. His technique is excellent. He's got very good striking technique.
And for me, this fight gets interesting.
You see? Like, yo, listen, if it's coming from Joe Rogan, a guy who has years and years of experience, then Jake Paul must have something, right? Well, let's roll the sparring clips, all right? Shall we? Because, I gotta do my due diligence. I gotta do my homework if I'm gonna sit here and predict who's gonna win, right? And I do have a prediction at the end, so stay tuned for that. Don't worry. Let's look at Ben Askern's sparring video first, right? All right, because I've mentioned how he has terrible hands. I'm just gonna play it so you can see. I know it's a short clip, but like just based off the clip, like just look at what he's doing. The dude, his sparring partner isn't even trying to attack him. They're just moving back, and he just has this like lazy way of throwing his hands and keeping his hands down and kind of doing like some weird wrestling style movements in boxing, which don't really pay off. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it won't pay off against a real boxer, but against a YouTube boxer, maybe. Maybe not. Let's look at Jake Paul sparring real quick. I try to look for a lot of Jake Paul sparring videos, and the thing I come up with on Jake Paul sparring on Jake Paul sparring video. Hold up, where's my Jake Paul? Oh, there you go. Boom, found it. Sorry, guys. All right, let's play this bad boy. You can see excellent head movement there, just really moving the head. I know it's a little slow. This is the one I picked up because this is him kind of moving back and focusing more on power, more mitts. But so what I do notice there is he's got the slips in. You know what I'm saying? He's got the counter punches in. Really well aligned. He keeps his hands down here and not up here, which you should really be protecting your head. Like, just fundamentally, they're not. I don't think they're good enough to keep their hands down here by the waistline. You know, like that's somebody with real experience, somebody with like over 20 fights at least would keep their hands down here. All right. I also, you know, you got to also ask yourself, like, does Jake Paul have a gas tank? And I don't think he does, man. I think if you go look at a lot of his sparring videos, he's really, really slow. You know what I'm saying? He's sluggish. He's got a lot of muscle mass on him. He's a big kid. He's 6'1", over 200 pounds. You know, he's packing a lot of muscle. You know, he does train hard. I do follow Logan Paul's brother, and they both do train really hard, but I've trained for 3 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've really, really trained. Like, I would go to work and just immediately go train, and I'm nowhere near that good. And they have nothing but people surrounding them, great, you know, coaches and everything. And that wouldn't accelerate you to fight somebody who's been fighting their entire life, like Ben Askren. You know what I'm saying? So my prediction amongst this whole fiasco is really, does Jake Paul beat Ben Askren? Does he knock him out? I think there's a possibility. There's always that puncher's chance, but I'm not going to go with a puncher's chance against a guy who has a proven chin, right? So I'm going to go with Ben Askren. Now, why am I going to go with Ben Askren? Mostly because of his wrestling. Yes, I know this is a boxing match and wrestling doesn't utilize. But as you can see against Mayweather versus Pacquiao, if you've seen that like ridiculous fight, Mayweather is holding him the entire fight, tiring him. You know what I'm saying? When you get on the clinch, it's a lot more tiring than just throwing punches. You're putting body weight. You're trading body weight. What's Ben Askren good at doing? Wrestling. Trading body weight. He understands the balance between that. He understands how to exhaust somebody. All right? And that's going to be a huge factor in determining who's going to win this fight. So if Ben Askren can tire out Jake Paul, possibly knock him out because due to his just stamina, or just win rounds by getting cheap shots, cheap points like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe he could win. Or Jake Paul's already thinking 3 steps ahead, and he's going on the back pedal. He's expecting him to lean on him, and he's going to try to move back. But it's different when you do it in person, and you've got a lot of people surrounding you, and you've got this whole shebang you've got to do. So I'm going to go with Ben Askren on this one. And also, Dana White even put like $1 million or $2 million betting for Ben Askren. He don't even like Ben Askren. You know what I'm saying? The reason why I thought at first like Jake Paul would win is because of that like excitement, right? You feel like when you saw Conor McGregor versus Mayweather, an experienced boxer who's never lost in his life, against Conor McGregor, a UFC fighter, right? It's like my best example, because I really want Conor McGregor to win based off just, you know, his skill, his stand-up, and his boxing. And he still couldn't beat Mayweather. Mayweather had more experience than he did. So instead of who's a better boxer, I'd say who's a more experienced fighter in this bout. All right? I think Ben Askren is going to win by tiring Jake Paul out, and it's going to go all 5 rounds, and Ben Askren is going to win the round decision. That's my opinion. Now let me get to the ending, the cherry on top, the reason why you watch this in the first place. Hold up here. I got this little clip of literally Jake Paul and Ben Askren doing the face off right after the press conference. Watch this.
The champ is here, baby. The champ is here, baby. Don't fucking touch me, bitch. Get the fuck back here. Come on.
Bro, can we just acknowledge that weak body shot real quick? Like, just acknowledge. Look at the little weak body shot. Look at the little baby slap. It's a little baby slap. Look at that. Look at that. Didn't even protect his head. But Ben Askren didn't even do anything. He just laughed that off, man. So it's like, yo, I don't know, man. Who do I know? But if you like this video and you want to see more, all right, I've got my Sean O'Malley video and I've got the podcast. So yeah, guys, yo, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe down below. Peace.